Good morning, everyone. I'm just checking in um, with Omega. I just came downstairs a while ago. I'm checking on my checking on all the things that I have here on the laptop. Mm, come here. Well, he wants to sit over here, so. Mm. Yeah, my I don't know, my neck's still kind of sore from this area, just from the sunburn. So I will have to be careful about that in the future. Be more thorough with my sunscreen application, especially when I go to the beach. Um, I'm going to be visiting. I'm planning to visit Florida this summer, probably in August. So the sun's going to be worse than here. Um, I remember it was very hot when I visited Florida when I was 15. So that was it was hot and humid. Here it is too. That it's that way also in the summer, but it's I don't know. It's negligible by comparison. I mean, 10 degrees, 20 degrees can make a pretty significant difference, especially with humidity. It seems to amplify things. But I had a good visit overall when I was 15, and well, I hope to visit again. Not the same place. I visited Pensacola back then. Um, we're going to be going somewhere closer to Orlando. Oh, I just got Splice Premium, so that should help with the meme generation creation. I think I made the 3 second. It's technically a video, but the 3 second Father's Day thing, which yeah, I don't know. Sometimes there's some situations where that applies, where father isn't given a very good meal, let's say, or some such, and that's unfortunate. But it's important to talk about ironies in life. That's what a lot of humor actually comes from, irony itself. I think I found that, or not found it, but I think I first expressed that in therapy back in Massachusetts. And it was mostly conversation. That I mean, he was an excellent therapist, certainly, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess it was mostly conversations, and sometimes he would nudge me in one direction or another, and it helped because, like I said, he's very good at his job. But yeah, I forgot the context, but it said something to the effect of I was thinking about like what is humor, like what actually is humor, and it's basically irony. Yeah, yeah. I remember at one point, I think a little later, he was going to his 50th high school reunion, and I was like, oh, I don't even have my fifth high school reunion yet. Oh, congratulations! Yeah, good man. I liked him. Very good therapist too. He retired a couple years ago. Yeah, I've had a number of good therapists before. So I've been fortunate in that. I have had let me think. Eh, I guess I only had one. I would say bad therapist on the scale of things, but uh, some that were a couple that weren't all that good. Just we didn't connect all that well, and that's going to happen. But I become more selective over the years, I've become more selective and more discerning at the same time. That is, you might think it's a contradiction. I don't believe it is. There's also the uh, oh yeah, when I was looking at the big five personality traits. I was thinking I have a very high positive emotion and negative at the same time. That usually does not happen. I- it kind of comes out. Like I can be in a deplorable mood if certain things happen, or it's possible that that could happen, or um, like if it's in my own environment and my instructions are not being followed. That's not good. Um, Overall, I tend to be optimistic. However, I tend to well, it goes beyond that. Actually, I think I have a. I try to be a peacemaker, and that doesn't mean just talking people down. That means that I genuinely want people to talk to one another, communicate with one another, and I want them to acknowledge and confront reality. That doesn't mean that I confront them with the brutal truth all the time. That's no way to live a life. But sometimes I believe that if one if people are in contact with a toxic person, they should stop. It's that simple. Or kind of just tolerate them, like especially with their family, but just sort of tolerate them. Do not get involved. Do not let them have access to your finances because things don't exist in a void. Usually, people who have overall toxic traits are not good people and they're not trustworthy. There's exceptions, but usually that's the case. Just as usually people who have a lot of positive traits are trustworthy, and uh, these positive traits do not exist in isolation. It speaks to having a commendable soul. It doesn't necessarily mean for example, they should be trusted with finances. They just may not may not be good at that by temperament. They may not want to take that responsibility on, as an example, but the indications are there. Hi, Omega. You want to come up here, baby? Say hi. Come on. Come on. Hey, come on up. Come on up. I think he just wants food. No? You want to come up? Come on up. Come here. Come here. Hi. He already had food. So, but he's purring. Are you purring? Here, go on the keyboard. Yeah, I'll tilt this down so people can see you better. There you go. This is kind of the cat show now. Right, Omega? Can't go on the keyboard, but you have something to say to my audience? Oh, we got him a hairbrush a couple days ago. Where is it? Right here. I think I showed it on the other video, but here, here's him sniffing it. Yeah. Probably from Petco, but maybe somewhere else. My brother got it. So, yeah. He's sending it. Whew. Yeah, we're dealing with his summer coat. So that's now when you're holding a cat, you have to be very careful. Are they purring for one thing? That probably means that they're happy and they'll be okay. But if they start squirming, you gotta be. You can't just hold them and then get mad when they bite you or something, because they will. Cats communicate physically, uh, and like with headbutts. Headbutts are a sign of affection. It's a way to send us to say that you are a member of my tribe, my family. Humans usually express that in various ways, including by cuddling and by grooming and feeding, obviously, giving treats, thinking about what the animal might like or what the human might like. We treat humans that way too. I mean, it could be something as simple as it's like, oh, my dear friend loves this bakery, so I'll get them a cupcake or something, and something like that. A cat might want a section of our meal, and that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful we can when we can do something very simple that gives another creature, be it human or animal, joy. So, anyways, I like doing that. Yeah, mini cupcakes are a really good idea, I think. I had one at Love It Vegan. It must have been last Friday. Uh, yeah, I go there for game night. I don't actually do the games, but I'll sit there and I'll talk with Pedro, who's one of the workers there. Yeah, it's a really good guy. And I'll sample what they have. They had basically a straw. It was basically a strawberry shortcake. It wasn't cool, but it was wonderful. Um, hmm, they have a real talent for baking. Um, and I know the difference too, because I've had thoroughly mediocre baked goods before in my life before, and they are the opposite of mediocre. Quite exceptional. Yes, excellence. That's something that a lot of the restaurants, bakeries, cafes that I like embody. So that's why that's one of the things um, that I look for in a place that I frequent. Another is excellent service. Usually the two go together. I find not always, but usually. Um, and then beyond that, it's mostly entertainment. Entertainment is the other aspect that makes a restaurant um, exceptional. So right now, as far as I can determine, for my particular taste, there's I've only identified Sasso's to have all three of these things. There's many restaurants that have excellent service and or food, Sometimes I actually go there for the people more than the food. It's like, this that's pretty good, but mm, you know, there's nothing too exceptional about it. But the people there, just the vibe is awesome. Oh, whew. Now, game night. I'm not sure. I didn't grow up with games, so it wasn't like group games for the most part. I didn't play Monopoly. I played chess or checkers. What else? That was actually pretty much it. I mean, there was hide and seek and such. That was the participation game. But as for board games, there weren't a lot that were participation, um, like group participation. So. Ooh. I often wonder about what it will be like when we're transhuman, as some people call it. I I think that we should still call ourselves humans, um, although the differences will be substantial. Like some people will probably pursue different genetic um, paths, if you will, and I don't know what that will exactly entail. Now, I've thought about it quite a lot, and I thought it could be something like a lot of people will pursue a physical track, essentially, and make themselves compatible with cybernetics, and other people will pursue a more intellectual track, but that will have more unpredictable results because extreme intelligence leads to isolation because the communication comprehension gap is increased, generally speaking. So they don't have people who they can relate to. It's unfortunate, but it is true. The interest don't align. I know for myself, I have some touches of that myself. I don't like most sports. Like basketball is probably an exception. Like I'll watch it willingly. I'm not sure I'm passionate about it, but I'll watch it. Um, what was the other one? Sometimes I watch the Olympics. Trying to think of the other one that I like. Oh, tennis. Yeah, in particular, court tennis, but sometimes table tennis as well. So I guess that's four. Uh, yeah, I could get into ice hockey really. Baseball, which is strange because my brother was in Little League and his team is doing pretty well. Like they almost qualified for the states, I think, or maybe they did, but I'm not. I'll have to ask him about that. How far his team went. Um, that was something I enjoyed watching live, but I never wanted to watch it on television. I found it to be too. Um, I'm not exactly sure. It's just there was not enough that I was interested in. Um, and as for examining the game itself, well, you can analyze the rules and you can analyze different ways to play the game, but I don't know. Some people find it interesting. I don't, for some reason, which is strange because I like analyzing things normally. It's possible that I have a sort of block regarding sports in general, and for some reason, basketball is an exception. I thought about the how to play the game. Ooh. Um, yeah, I thought about that a little bit because maybe it's because it's generally an indoor game. I don't know. Yeah, and maybe I have a block for math too because um, math is very integral in thinking, and I'm quite good at that. So who knows? um, all right, so I'm going to wrap up. Um, I'll try to schedule the next live event so that people have more time to prepare if they want to go. Because I realize that some people might be at work or out running around and doing things. So, um, well, I enjoyed this time. I hope if anyone watches this that they got something from it and enjoyed Omega's limited participation. Um, well, I wish you all a good day, and I'll see you next time.